You might want to get a cup of coffee. I have my cup of coffee here, and we're going to be diving into the Being Leaders text of Malphurs, chapter 5. You should be journeying through reading this book. An executive summary involving this textbook is going to be coming. So as we unpack leadership, influence, and power this week, I hope you're familiar with chapter 5. If you're not familiar with chapter 5, you might want to take note this week of chapter 5. We drop in on chapter 5 on influence, moving people to change their thinking and ultimately their behavior. The process of discipleship, we're not wanting to manipulate people, but we are wanting to encourage people to be more like Christ, to change and to have the fruit of the Spirit evidence in their life, to be fulfilling the calling God has on their life, to be working in the church. So we're going to talk about influence and development, the persuasion, the encouragement, the example models. You're going to be looking at leadership styles this week. You're going to be looking at the three different types of power. There's positional power. We have power based on our title or conferred power, assigned power because of that position. Power that is personal is earned power. And then corporate power is that group, whereas congregationally, there's a power we have that in the work together. So you're going to understand those. One thing that I really think that's going to help the conversation this week is we talk about the 5 levels of leadership. I'll look at the way people follow their leaders, from position to permission to production to people to personhood. It's a staircase you're going to walk through that moves from compliance to commitment. It's going to really, I think, impact the journey that you have in ministry. So I hope that you enjoy walking through those this week, and you're going to really unpack those 5 levels of leadership, those 5 P words there. If you like to be alliterated in your work, you're going to enjoy that well this week. And you're going to climb through steps of leadership, and there's going to be an unpacking about the higher you go, the longer it takes. The higher you go, the higher level it requires of commitment. The higher you go, the easier it is to lead. The higher you go, the greater the growth. You never leave the base level or the levels that you were in before, but as a leader, you won't be at the same level with all your people. You must work to carry other leaders with you up the steps of leadership. And so as you just walk through this journey, just know that leadership is going to take an investment on your part. It's going to be a continual growth in your process. It's always striving, never arriving in this aspect of leadership as you continue to move forward in what God's called you to be. I would encourage you to talk if you're new to the ministry, if you've not been in ministry long, if you've not been serving in a church staff role, to find a mentor that's really going to help come alongside you and be a Paul as you're a Timothy, to understand the aspects of leading a people to follow after Christ and be the disciple He's called them to be. Hope you enjoy this unit and have a great week.